ready for my workout. Heavy deadlifts. Yes. Come on. What am I doing at the gym today? Oh, heavy deadlifts. Just do it. I don't want to do it. What am I doing at the gym today? Let me check on my phone. Heavy deadlifts. I think I had a few other levels of Candy Crush to finish first.
7 hours later.
I've done 10 levels, but I just need to do one more to get to the boss level. Oh, flip, is that the time? I better start my heavy deadlifts. Right, let's go. Oh, I like that leaf. That's quite nice. I don't want to do deadlifts. I could just do chest and do benching. I can't be bothered. What's up, AA team? It's great to have you here. If you want to be part of the AA gang and you're interested in how to lose fat and build muscle around your current lifestyle, make sure you smash the like button as well as the notification bell and hit the subscribe button, because that is exactly what this YouTube channel is about, and I do it in an informative and entertaining way. The two main videos I do are my lean bulk 4 days of eating, which I keep really fun, and I take requests from people about the themes they want me to do for the lean bulk 4 days of eating, so make sure you let me know in the YouTube comments section. And the Road to the Games videos, I teach people about certain topics within diet, fitness, nutrition, so you can change your body composition, but I'm also tracking my own journey to eventually and hopefully competing at the CrossFit Games. I'm aiming to be competing by the age of 30 to 35, but if I could do it earlier, that would be brilliant. And I want to create a community on YouTube so we all encourage each other with our own fitness journeys, and I'd love to hear where you're at with your own fitness journey, so make sure you let me know in the YouTube comment section below and we can have a conversation. Before we get going with the training aspect of the video, just a quick shout out for a couple of mates. You may not understand watching, but they'll understand. Do you know what else is wrapped around my finger? Another finger. Nando's, you? That's just for you two lads. Right, time for the training aspect of the video. Let's go! Training at the moment is going pretty well. I'm still training 7 days a week, do a 4.3 mile run before every single workout, but then at the weekend I do one longer run, not before a workout. I do the longer run and some mobility stuff instead of a workout, just to give my body a bit of a rest. And that's more an 8 mile run to test my aerobic capacity, and I'm still able to do an 8 mile run in roughly 56 minutes, so I'm able to maintain a 7-minute mile as my body weight is progressively going up, which is what I want. That means strength gains won't be as fast, but it is still going up. I'm able to achieve more reps on some days. Some days I'm not able to, and that's just because, you know, it could be an influence of lack of sleep. Maybe food intake hasn't been so good. Maybe as in like the time I had it the night before and stuff. There are lots of different factors that can affect gym performance, but I'm always giving my 100% in every single workout. And I just need to touch on a certain topic in regards to form and reviewing your own form in just a second. But just before that, in regards to mindset, you guys can learn from this, but I sometimes find it quite easy to feel downhearted or disheartened, sorry, because I'm not able to do a muscle up yet. I'm not able to do it very well anyway. I'm having to use a very high weighted resistance band. Just because I'm really struggle doing it body weight. I'm not sure why, because I can do like 10 to 15 body weight pull-ups in a row very comfortably, and that they say on videos, tutorials I watch, that you can, if you can do 10 pull-ups in a row, then you should be able to do muscle ups. And this is the squat form I wanted to show you just here, right here at this point. I'm going to do it in slow-mo for you now, but can you see as I come up that I rotate a bit to the right, well, not a bit, a lot to the right, and that's just because my left knee has been hurting recently just because I've got quite a tight right calf. So I'm really having to address this problem by making sure I roll up my right calf, making sure I do lots of mobility on that side, and then making sure I have appropriate running shoes and going through all the different strategies to help improve all of this so I can keep my squat form completely straight. Because if I get into the habit of using this bad form, then this is not going to help me in future in regards to developing injuries. So if you're somebody who hasn't reviewed your form before and you're experiencing some niggles, then it may be just because you're compensating by pushing more on one side than another with the squat or on the bench press or something. So review your form by filming it, and I guarantee that you'll be able to pick out something that you need to improve on. Anyway, with the mindset, I can sometimes feel a bit downhearted about not being able to do muscle ups too well. Clean and jerk and the snatch is still something I'm really trying to improve on, but just think of the long-term game, and I'm going to keep on working on it every day, and I know in future that I'm going to be able to do it properly because I'm going to put in the work. And just make sure that you remind yourself that you're going to do this as well. You just need to make sure you watch videos to motivate yourself, learn about how to do it properly from different YouTube channels and stuff, and honestly keep that motivation high, keep persisting, and you will be able to achieve your goal. Alright AA team, in this portion of the video I'm going to be teaching you how to accelerate your fat loss by calorie manipulation. Thanks for watching the video so far. If you haven't done so already and you're interested in losing fat and completing your own body transformation, make sure you smash the like button as well as the subscribe button. Become a part of the AA gang and hit that notification bell. A typical weight loss diet you will find online will tell you to start eating very strictly and regimented. You'll start off on a certain amount of calories. You'll most likely put in your data, including your height, weight, perceived activity level per week, and other metrics, and then it'll come up with a certain meal plan for you. And what you'll see if you look at the overall meal plan across 8, 12, 16 week period is that you'll have a certain amount of food, and it'll just go down slowly by slowly every single week. So your calorie intake per day will go down slowly every week. So you may start off on 2,500 calories per day every day for a week, and then that'll go to 2,400, and it'll just keep on going down. These diets sell well because on paper it looks like that it should work because you're taking calories away, but I'm here to tell you that it doesn't. I'm going to teach you how to do it properly. Here is the main problem with just taking calories away. Take a typical man for instance, and I say 2,500, the number in quotation marks, because on paper it says 2,500 calories is the best calorie intake for a typical man who is active. But again, everybody's metabolisms are different. We all have different genetics, characteristics. We all have different activity levels per week. So 2,500 is the average across all the males across the world, but that won't be in your case most likely. For me at the moment, I'm lean bulking on 4,200 to 4,300 calories. So my maintenance is going to be in the way higher 3,000 range. But let's take a typical active male for instance. 2,500 calories per day for an active male to maintain their weight every week. But then when they go into a calorie deficit, they take 500 calories away because on paper 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat. So they take away 500 calories away from their diet per day for the first week, and what they may find is that on 2,000 calories a day with the appropriate amount of protein, 0.8 grams to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight. If you want to work it out yourself, just use my weight loss calorie calculator. You can download it in the YouTube description. They lose say 5 to 6 pounds in the first week because they've gone into a calorie deficit. This is quite an extreme difference to what their body is used to, so it loses a lot of glycogen as well as water and a little bit of body fat obviously. So they're like, yes, this diet is working. Then the second week they may lose between 1 and 2 pounds, then the third week maybe half a pound, fourth week nothing. Then they take some more calories away, but they only experience a small weight loss within the fifth week, so say maybe a pound because they've gone down with their calories. And then they start to think, I'm not going to be able to keep on reducing my calories to 1,900, 1,800, 1,700 because that is just not sustainable. Because when you look at the nutrition label, a lot of foods these days, quantity sizes are actually a lot smaller than when you just eyeball it without weighing it on a food scale. And the reason that you experience weight loss plateaus as you just keep on taking calories away, you just keep on taking away, is that because the endocrine system and hormone production has a big influence on your rate of weight loss and fat loss. I put a lot of emphasis on fat loss rather than just weight loss, losing a number. Fat loss includes the change of body composition as well as losing weight and also feeling good during a body transformation, not just seeing a number go down the scale. So when you're at maintenance and you first go into a calorie deficit, your body endocrine system is going to be working well. So the rate of leptin, the fat burning hormone, is going to be pretty high because your body has been used to maintaining its weight, having the appropriate amount of nutrition and macronutrients, micronutrients. But then you're going into a calorie deficit, so you are essentially starving your body of nutrients. And then what you'll find, as you're in a deficit a lot more, your body's endocrine system isn't going to work as efficiently each day you're in a deficit because you are essentially starving your body of macronutrients and micronutrients as well as calories still. So you'll get to a point where you keep on taking calories away and your endocrine system is continuing not to work, and then the production of leptin is going to be very, very low when you reach that point of a weight loss plateau. And then you'll want to take away more calories, increase your cardiovascular exercise, force your body to try and lose weight more, but the endocrine system isn't working well. And usually at this point, this is when the body tries to retain as much fat as possible just to keep your normal daily bodily functions going and keep yourself alive, because you're trying to keep on starving yourself and your body's like, what on earth is going on? Why am I trying to be starved? You need to be more manipulative with your calories. So if you're 2,500 calories a day to maintain your weight as a male, first of all, I'd recommend you go to roughly 2,300 calories. Just so you're in that deficit, you're not going too extreme. So we keep gym performance high, we're still able to maintain muscle tissue and keep our strength high, so we're able to maintain muscle tissue. The reason for wanting to do that is so we get a lean, muscular, toned physique as we're progressively dropping weight, and we don't want to gain a skinny fat physique. I've done a whole video on skinny fat, that term, in another video on my YouTube channel. You can go and check that out. I'll leave a card up here for it. And doing a progressive weight loss, losing between 1 and 2 pounds a week to target fat loss, you'll still eventually experience a weight loss plateau because you are starving your body of nutrients. But then when you experience a weight loss plateau or only lose about 0.25 of a pound in a week, that's when you incorporate something called a refeed day. That's when you increase your calories between 400 and 600 just for the one day. So the body is eating at maintenance again, even slightly over maintenance. So it's like, I'm going to produce my hormones at the same rate of when I'm maintaining my weight or when I'm in a surplus. So I'm going to produce lots of hormones. So the production of leptin will be spiked again. You'll go back into a calorie deficit, potentially a little bit less per day. Only a little bit though. Again, we want to keep gym performance high and retain muscle tissue. You go back into that deficit and you'll find the results that you experience are actually quite dramatic. Sometimes you might only experience another pound fat loss, but sometimes you experience another 2 pounds fat loss, even though you've only just had that spike in calories and gone back to normal. Think about the long-term game. This will work. If you'd like more info, just send me a message and use my email in the YouTube description. I love this topic. Time for the next portion of the video. Now we've come to that part of the video where I show you how my physique is looking, but there's an essential part to it. You have the video footage, you have me showing you my physique, but there's also another bit to it. What is it? We need the music. 3, 2, 1, go! I apologise because I'm sat here shirtless as I've just filmed the physique update you are currently watching, but I've got quite a few topics I'd like to share with you, and I encourage you to listen to the whole talk I'm about to give you, because I'm going to give you some training tips, and a lot of this stuff you're going to be able to apply to your own training regime and approach to dieting and nutrition. So the first thing to do with training, I've got 4 tips to give you. The first thing is with squats at the moment, I've been doing them, usually I was used to doing them just on a Sunday, doing roughly 3 sets, but then I get into the mindset I'm doing the leg workout today, I'm going to go for it. So I usually add in extra sets, I do drop sets, I do front squats, I do back squats, I do lunges. And then what I'd find actually during the week is that I'd be very put off doing legs again, just because I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that really grueling leg workout again. So I forced myself to do just 3 heavy sets of squats, followed by 1 or 2 additional sets of either front squats or standing lunges. And then what I'm finding is that I'm actually able to stick to doing squats more regularly during the week, which is brilliant because I want to get my body used to handling 120 kilograms on my back. So rather than doing just say 4 sets of 6 reps with 120 kilograms followed by maybe a few additional sets of 100 kilograms for 10, on one day I'm doing 120 kilograms for sets of 6 reps, 3 sets of 6 reps, and then doing that again during the week on say a Tuesday and then again on a Thursday. And then I'm actually across the week, accumulation of volume, I'm doing 9 sets of 6 reps with 120 kilograms on my back, so my body's going to get used to it more quickly compared to just doing the 3 sets followed by a couple of other sets of 100 kilograms, which I'm finding myself is very beneficial for my central nervous system in particular, just because it's getting my body used to handling 120 kilograms, and over time it's going to get easier to handle. The second thing with training is that I'm finding it very beneficial to have included heavy deadlifts back into my training. I'm doing 130 kilograms, usually 4 or 5 reps every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, so I get accumulation volume is 30 or 40 reps with 130 kilograms. I'm going to slowly keep progressing that upwards, and that's been very helpful. To start with, my lower back hated it. I really found it after the first few times of adding in heavy deadlifts back into my training that my lower back the day after felt really tight. I actually felt a little bit under the weather because of having a bit of a cold at the same time, and I kind of also found that deadlifts almost induced that cold, but now I'm getting used to it and I'm actually really benefiting from keeping the heavy deadlifts in my training just because my lower back is feeling so strong, and with other movements like heavy dumbbell snatches, just because my lower back is feeling so strong in other movements, especially with heavy squats, just because I'm having that extra support because I've included heavy deadlifts back into my training. Third thing, I've found recently that my left bicep is lagging always in size and also in just taking the tension when doing pull-ups, so I'm really making an effort to do a little bit extra on that left side in regards to one arm tricep extensions as well as standing one arm dumbbell curls or incline dumbbell curls, just to develop the tricep and the bicep on my left side a bit more. And then finally with training, I'm finding the best movement for chest development, coming away from CrossFit now, more bodybuilding and physique. I found the best movement to be dumbbell flies, and that's it. It's a standard Arnold Schwarzenegger exercise to include in a chest training routine. I found heavy dumbbell flies between 6 and 10 repetitions for 3 or 4 sets has been so good for muscular growth, doing them on a regular basis, so I'd recommend you to include it in your training. Now I've got a short story for you before I give you a really good tip in regards to nutrition and losing body fat. But with the story, what happened last Thursday or Wednesday is that I got up in the morning, did my run, and then I did a personal training session. But on the Wednesday, I usually get up quite early so I can do my run and my session before I start personal training. But on this day, I did the run, then the personal training session, and then I did my main workout in regards to strength training. And actually what happened is that I cooled down during the personal training session because I'm standing still, I'm teaching people how to do the exercise, and then I went on to do a workout of bench press supersetted with heavy dumbbell snatches. So the bench press was like 78, 80 kilos for sets of 10 reps, and then I went into 29 kilo dumbbell snatches. I wanted to test myself, but now I've learned that you always need to warm up properly, because I went into this workout doing warm-up sets on the bench press, but my heart rate hadn't gone up since I'd gone out for my run, and it had gone way back down to resting when doing my personal training session. So I did 10 repetitions on the bench press, followed by 29 kilo dumbbell snatch on each side for I think about 8 repetitions I managed to do on each side. Then I went to the bike and did a 20 calorie sprint. That was my aim on the bike. I did the 20 calorie sprint, came off, and then I found the right side of my lower back to just almost be griping and feel really uncomfortable, and I thought, what on earth is going on? And then I found after that when I went to bend down, it hadn't locked up, but it felt very uncomfortable and a little bit painful to do that. So I didn't do heavy dumbbell snatches in the rest of that workout, and I just stuck to bench press and doing more static exercises like we do in bodybuilding. And now my back is feeling a lot better. It's about a week later, but I've learnt from this that I need to thoroughly warm up, and I recommend you guys to thoroughly warm up before a workout, so you have got blood pumping around the body, and so your body is ready to use resistance and be under heavy loads, and you don't just go straight into it from being cold. Final tip with dieting, I'd recommend you guys to join my private nutrition Facebook group. I'll leave a link to it in the YouTube description, where we discuss recent research in scientific literature. And there was one good one that came up recently I posted in the group, and it was about a study looking at Brazilian children, what their dietary habits were. I'm not going to go into detail of it now. If you want to check out the full article, the link to the private nutrition group in the YouTube description. But basically, they've identified 4 different eating approaches from these Brazilian children. The traditional way of eating and the unhealthy way of eating were the ones where the children had increased their BMI the most, and they also had high body adiposity following these 2 approaches. And basically the main message from this was that there was a higher intake of food from these 2 approaches compared to the other 2, even though in the other 2 where body adiposity and high BMI wasn't a correlation with this approach to eating. Unhealthy food was within these 2 groups. It's just getting at the higher calorie intake of food was the cause for the weight gain and the body adiposity gain, not just eating healthy or unhealthy, if that makes sense. I don't think I've explained myself well, but I've explained it well in the private nutrition group. It's come to that point now, very sad time. It's the end of the video. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your time, and make sure you have a really, really nice day, and have a nice evening if you're watching it in the evening. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.